you know, towards the end of another week, and yeah, you know, over the last week or so, you know, say 10 days, there's been some interesting and enjoyable things that I wanted to, you know, sort of talk about, maybe even give some thanks. Who knows? Who knows how I'll be feeling today? I know because it's in late afternoon, so I know exactly how I felt today, which is shit. I felt really shit all day today. But that's the ongoing health issue, so fuck that off, let's just be positive. Today marks 2 weeks since I bought the Cube. I absolutely love it. I've done 1,000 miles since I bought it, and literally exactly 1,000 miles, and I've enjoyed every single one of them. Still not sure I've got my seat exactly right, but then, you know, that's what happens when you're somebody that drives a lot for their job. Sometimes, you know, it takes a while to get really comfortable. And, you know, also I'm learning about how to use this CVT, the continuous variable transmission, in the Cube to maximize fuel economy and acceleration. And, you know, it's a little bit different. I've never owned an automatic car before. I've driven a couple, never owned one, and I've never driven, before the Cube, one with the CVT as a transmission. So getting used to it, I quite like it. I quite like the fact that I have to calculate the amount my foot goes down to keep steady revs. Sometimes if I'm tired, that gets a little bit annoying, but you know, again, I've owned the car for 2 weeks. I absolutely love it, and you know, I don't know if anybody's noticed, but this is white and the Accord is black. Am I going a bit yin-yang there? Am I thinking spiritually with my cars? Well, not intentionally, but it's nice to pretend that. Or is it? We, as a channel, SULKNATIONtv, had some excellent news on Tuesday last week. Started having a chat with Jay from Sulk'S, who are a JDM, Japanese, obviously, JDM boxcar clothing company. They do stickers, clothing, you know, essentially the brand is wicked. And you know, I ordered a hoodie and a couple of stickers before even being in contact with Jay from Sulk'S, because I really like the branding. I like the ethos. It's JDM boxcars only. The rules to the Facebook group are the best rules I've read on a Facebook group ever. I was in stitches reading them. You know, I've had a fair bit of communication with Jay, and he seems like a top bloke, seems like a solid sort of guy, and he's only up the road in Bristol, so it's nice keeping it in the southwest. Ed, who doesn't own a boxcar but really likes the brand as well, and I'm sure Ed, being Ed, will end up owning a JDM boxcar at some point in the near future, because Ed, yeah, you know, he's blown away by it as well. So we've got our, you know, our main channel sponsor is Exo Racing. We've got another really cool sponsor in Sulk'S. So, you know, I want to rep that brand. I know that, you know, Jay wants to, you know, sort of do some work with us, you know, do some filming with us and get his amazing car on the channel. He's owned many Cubes as well, so, you know, I'm thinking of, well, we're thinking of doing a video, me and Jay, regarding, you know, him telling me, a new owner of a Cube, what I need to look out for and what I could do to modify it and all of that sort of stuff. I want to say some massive thank yous to Cargo Culture. BHP was Sunday just gone, and we were on the Cargo Culture stand, Ed and I. You will have seen that if you'd watched the video. It was brilliant. It was a really good day. The stand, which had a summer holiday theme, and a huge variety of cars. You know, there was a lot of Japanese cars. You know, there's Zav's Lexus and Charlotte, who, from what I can tell, arranged the stand for BHP. She's one of the admin on Cargo Culture. She's got a Honda Integra Type R. Zav's got his Lexus. then, you know, me and Ed are there in the Hondas. I took the Honda because I haven't really done enough modifications to the Cube to maybe in my own head justify showing that, even though the paintwork and bodywork is better than on the Accord. But, you know, I want to take the Accord. We've done a lot of work to the Accord. The Accord's working properly. It had to go. But there was a lot of Japanese cars there. There was a couple of very, very lovely Starlets, which made me go, oh, I really want to own a Glanzer or a GT Turbo at some point in the not too distant future. All of the guys on the stand, you know, whether or not they owned a Ford or, you know, an MX-5, which there were a couple of really lovely ones of those as well, or even like, you know, a Generation 1 Land Rover from what I could tell. And I'm not a massive Land Rover head, so I don't really know, but it looked old, it looked in good condition, and yeah, it was there. It was holding up part of the, you know, are we calling it a tent? The covering for at the stand, basically, the covering, whatever that's called. I don't know. I don't care enough about what things like that are called. It's a tent thing. It was great. Everybody on the stand was lovely. You know, there was a lot of people who already know, obviously Zav and Charlotte, but also Darren with his FK8 Type R, and Steve Dan with his new EP3 that he bought after selling the FN2 that we featured on the channel. It was a really, really enjoyable time. It was a great stand to be on, and that stand won the best club stand of the day. So my rambling got to the point I was about to make, and then I got sidetracked. This is why I do it in a vlog. This is why I vlog this, because I don't care who watches the vlogs. It's not necessarily, you know, it's not in any of our normal channel content. I don't put it with, you know, it's got its own playlist, but it's not part of season 8 of videos that we're filming at the moment. It's so I can ramble and talk bollocks, and I enjoy doing that. So yeah, the stand won the whole, you know, one club stand, it won an award as the best club stand of BHP. And the fact that Ed and I were invited onto it with Darren it blew me away. And so I want to say thank you to Charlotte, thank you to all the guys from Car Girl Culture, because, you know, you invited us onto that stand, and it was absolutely lovely of you guys, and I'm so glad you deserved it. I'm so glad you won the club stand of the day. Really, really, really proud of you guys for putting together a really good stand. Also, they do their own in-stand trophies for people, that participants have shown up. And they created one as Sulk'S choice. So Ed and I picked, I think she's called Abby, we picked her Starlet, because it was really well done. She was a really lovely girl, and, you know, she deserved it. She really did. She deserved to get some recognition for all the hard work that she'd put into that car. Recently having it resprayed, she clearly put a lot of time and money into it, and so she deserved it. Ed won the Admin's Choice Award for the Lude, the Prelude. Was I a bit gutted? Well, I do think the Accord is a much better car and looks much better, but that I would, it's mine. You know, I'm gonna be biased because it's my car. Like, you know, the Cube I think is better than both of Ed's cars put together times 10. But again, that's because I'm biased, because it's my car. But Ed won the Admin's Choice, and I'm not, in all reality, I'm not actually bitter about it. I thought it was really nice of them to pick one of us, well, to pick Ed. I was going to say one of us, it could have been anyone, but I thought it was, you know, it was nice that Ed got recognition, because he does love that Lude, and I'd like him to keep it for the long term. It's Ed, who knows if he will. I mean, you know, you put your money on the fact that he won't. Maybe he will this time. You know, I don't know. I don't know either way. But he's definitely put more effort into interior mods than he has in any other car that he's owned in the time I've known him. So thank you to Super Square, to Jay at Super Square. Thank you so much, buddy. Big thank you to BHP for hosting a great show. I mean, I think it was better than the previous year because they spread it out across more ground, which meant it was less busy. I mean, I think it was probably less busy, you know, footfall wise than the previous year, but it just felt a little bit less on top of you, so it worked for me and Ed perfectly. You know, we enjoyed it. And big thank you to all the girls and boys, but mainly girls from Car Girl Culture, for inviting us onto their award-winning stand. So thank you, peeps. And yeah, what have we got next? Well, I'm filming with Ed later this week. There'll be some micro content coming up. There'll be obviously a lot more Cube content coming up. There's some more Accord content coming up, and probably more Loot content. So we've got 4 cars on the channel because we both own 2, and they're all cool. So you know, lucky us having all the chance to get footage. So yeah, that's the last 10 days. Let's ignore the drive into the last vlog of me driving or waiting in line at BHP. That's what's happened over the last 10 days, and yeah, I'm really happy about that. Oh, and I did make a mistake. I ordered some wheels for the Cube, thinking, yeah, that's exactly the size, the width that I'm looking for, the offset that I want. And then for the first time ever when I've ordered wheels, I didn't do enough measurements on the car itself. When I say not enough measurements on the Cube, I did none. I made no measurements and then ordered some wheels, and then realised when they turned up, nah, they're going to be too big. So I've sent them back, and I've got another set of wheels on its way that are a different specification. And yeah, all right, so it's going to take me, it's going to be even longer before I get some different wheels on the car, before the, you know, the aesthetic mods really start, other than stickers. But at least it's all sorted. At least.